What a beautiful Sunday. Look at the weather. No wonder it is a Sunday, a very blessed and wonderful day. As we keep saying on her memoir, every woman has a story. Stories of strength, stories of purpose, stories of courage. And today, it is a story of becoming. Our guest today is a very special guest. This is someone I've known for many years. She saw me when I was a little girl, about 24 years ago, right?
Sure.
24 years ago.
Yeah.
And she's a testament of resilience, second chances, and determination. It's one of those motivational stories that I can't wait for you to hear about it. Sarah Mabanja, welcome to her memoir.
Thank you so much. And I'm so glad to meet you after 24 years down the line.
Yeah.
I think it feels so good when you meet the people you saw when they were still very young, and now you're having an interaction with them, a session with them. It feels good.
I was in primary.
Sure.
I think about class 7.
Yeah.
I see you trying
Those
to
days.
guess our ages and guess many things, but come on. Today we are focusing on the main story.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah, it's beautiful to have you. And yes, I saw you 24 years ago, but today I look at you, the accomplishments. Your story is a story of becoming. And I think, there's this book, Michelle Obama's book, Becoming. And when I read it, I really saw a lot of you in that book. And I can't wait for you to share your story. I tell people just debriefing with the team, and I was telling them, this story, if you thought the burden is too much, this is a story you need to listen so that you pick up yourself and know there's always a second chance.
Sure.
You determine your fate, right?
Yeah, sure.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually, as you're saying, sometimes we grow up, we are not even able to understand that our life experiences are making a story out of it. And now today, when I look back 24 years ago, I was a very different person. And today, I'm a very different person again. So I didn't know that one day I will sit in a place like this to tell my story out of my experiences and some of the decisions that I made as I was growing up, as I changed positions, I changed even the, locations. And today I have a story now to tell people. Yeah.
I like you mentioned that, yes, you're different from that Sarah Mabanja 24 years ago. Who was that Sarah back then?
Okay. So back then, Sarah Mabanja was a very little girl who only knew the church and the small community where she was living in. And the life circle of Sarah Mabanja was very small. Actually, my life circle was very small because it was life at home and life at church. This is after I completed my primary school. And then I was not able to continue because of lack of funds, of course. And when I stopped at class 8, it was so painful that you're not continuing. And now I only remained with 2 places to live. That was home and church. And living at home and church at my age then.
How old were you then?
I was around 15 years old. Yeah, it was not easy because you see your peers going on, they are proceeding with education. Actually, at that age, it's education. And now you have stopped at 16. Which other business do you do? Being in the village, maybe the only thing that would have happened was for me to get married. But again, that was not in my mind. So I remained in 2 places, at home and at church. Those were now my places. And I did most of the church activities, like I joined the youth group. I joined, we call them small Christian communities. So those were 2 places that kept me busy from when I was 16. So I'm staying from 16 years. And I think I want to appreciate my mom because she really supported me. She did not think of me, maybe sending me out to become a house help, because people would send their daughters in such cases to become house help. She didn't think of that. But she encouraged me. She would even ask, have you gone to church? I would even accompany my mom to the small Christian community. So it was church, home, church, home, church, home. Mm-hmm. And I thank God that when I was in church, I interacted with so many people as a youth. And people liked me. People liked me in the church.
You were a bright student, I hear, and you passed even your KCPE very well. Yes, I did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So people loved me, and I remember some church leaders who could actually give me some assignments to do, like writing minutes for them. I go with them in a church meeting, and then I write minutes.
At 16?
At 16, only class 8. I didn't have all that knowledge of writing minutes, but I could feel so excited to do this. And then just along the way, I think one woman just fell in love with me and with what I was doing. And this lady was called Elemina, and she actually called me and asked me, what do you do? And I told her, this is what I do. I come to church and I stay at home. And then from my small Christian community, I think there were others who had also known me. And she went on asking them, how is this girl, blah, blah, blah. And then I think they told her good things about me. And from there now, this lady invited me to her home. She talked to me and introduced me to some church organization and said, I see you love coming to church, you love doing this. I think we have a church organization that takes girls like you. And you see, this woman was a teacher by then. So I think she was just motivated with what I was doing, and she took me as one of her students. So she talked to me, and I said, okay, you can talk to my mom so that if she allows you to have me, that is okay. Yeah, she approached my mother, she talked to my mother, and my mother was able to allow her to have me. So she called me, and she didn't call me alone. She called other girls. Mm-hmm. I remember we were 12 of us, and we started meeting at her place. And the only thing we would do was to read the Bible, analyze the Bible, take tea, a lot of tea. And then after that, she would tell us another meeting. So out of the 12, I remember 4 of us remained. And then she started telling us about this organization called the Grail International. And I just felt good because it sounded like this would be a good opportunity for me to even get out of my home. Yeah. Nothing like even going to school. It was a good opportunity getting out of my home because...
How long had you been at home before this Elemina approached you? How long had you stayed at home?
About 4 years after my class 8.
So you're 20, about 20 to
About 20. Yeah. I was actually 21.
21.
That time, yes. So she introduced us to the Grail. She told us about the Grail, and then from there we started meetings within our community, the Kitale town. There were other Grail members, so they started moving with us in their meetings within the Kitale region, and we started knowing more about the Grail for about 2 months, and then from there I was sent to our main center in Kisumu. So I went in Kisumu to know more about the Grail. Yeah. While in Kisumu, we were introduced to other things that the Grail do. So I came to realize that Grail was an international movement of women whose one mission was to empower the girls in the community.
The girl child.
Yeah. So after we went through the formation in Kisumu for 2 months, we were sent to Uganda for a 1-year formation.
Wow.
Yeah. So here I'm going to Uganda, and the other girls that we got in Kisumu, all of them were Form 4 leavers. From Kitale, these other girls, I think their parents were not willing to have their kids go out of the country. And now that they had already completed Form 4, during those days, parents who, would value that level of education.
KCSE.
And they thought maybe having their girls go out of the country was like wasting them. So apparently I was the only one from the Kitale region who joined some girls in Kisumu to attend a 1-year formation in Uganda. So when we got in Uganda, I realized that we were Kenyans, Ugandans, and Tanzanians. And now I saw how big this organization, the Grail organization, is. And then we are taken to class again.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not just
it's training, so it's formation, but life skills.
Yeah. So we are being taught more. They emphasized so much about spirituality. So we were having some lessons on spirituality, and then some lessons on church history, and then we had some lessons on prayer, some of them on basic accounting, and then life skills. How do you live as a girl?
It's very critical. Life skills is the foundation of everything.
So for a whole year, we were with the Ugandans, Tanzanians, and us Kenyans. So 4 of us were from Kenya. Apparently in this group, everybody was a high school leaver apart from me.
Because you're class 8 leaver.
Yes. And I thought, will I really manage? Everybody is powerful here. They have a high school certificate. I don't have a high school certificate. But you know what? I just fit in so well because the only thing that was needed was language.
Yes.
Which I already had. I was not very good in English, but at least I survived with the English that I had.
The way you're speaking very good English, Sarah. That's a story. You're going to tell us more about that.
Thank you. Yeah. So I survived for a whole year. Actually, after these trainings, we sat for exams. There were exams.
After the 1 year?
Yes.
Wow, to test what you've learned.
Yes, we did exams. And I think when you've not gone to a certain level, you work very hard, extra hard, because you're fear
playing catch up. You want to catch up and be among the best.
You fear being ashamed.
Yes.
You fear what people will say. You fear people discovering that you don't have this level of education that they have.
Did the rest know that actually you didn't have a Form 4 certificate?
I would tell them about that, but most of them denied. Because they thought
the Sarah they were seeing
was not.
And what you're saying, it was not in sync.
But at least they knew. And the Ugandan formators that we had also encouraged and motivated me so much. So we went there for a whole year. We did everything. We would even go to the farm. We would weed the flowers. We would wash the pigs. And then going to church. To me, it was a good space. I actually enjoyed being
out of
in
the
Uganda.
village.
Yes.
You felt active and engaged.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wanted to continue being there. All of a sudden, the year now ended. The program ended. We were to come back in Kenya. And then now we had our formators calling us to ask us, what are you going to do after this course? So I said, I want to go and do some businesses. Of course, they had my data and they know that they knew that I was a class 8 leaver. And then one of them said, but this girl can go back to school. Why is she even going to do business? So the story of going back to school started in Uganda. So the Ugandan formators actually shared with the Kenyan team about me, about the ability they'd seen in me. And they advised them as well, no, I think that girl shouldn't do something else apart from going back to school. And so we came back to Kenya, Kisumu, and then back to Kitale. And then you see, I have now to meet the people. There was this lady, Elemina, was there. I had to go back, report, of course. There was Elemina, there was Rachel, there was Grace, there was Usla.
Wow.
All of them, they were there, and Florence. So they wanted me to share my experience with them. But the Ugandans had already communicated to them that that girl should just go to school. And they had already made some arrangements with the Grail.
Already?
Yes, that I'm going back to school. So they called me one day. Of course, we had one Grail member from the Netherlands who had visited Kenya. I think she was in the leadership that time. So they shared with Carla, who was from the Netherlands. She's a Grail member. They shared with her about me, the potential they had with me. And then Carla thought, no, now this girl, if this is the story, then let her go back to school. Yeah. So I was called by this group of women from Kitale, and they told me now, you know, when people just make decisions on your behalf and they've not told you why they're making that decision, they said, now we want you to go to school. Actually, Elamina is the one. No, Elamina was not there. She was in her home. So these others are the ones who said, we thought you have to go back to school. And I said, no, I'll not go to school.
How old were you then?
By that time, I was now 22.
22.
Yeah. I said I'm not going back.
7 years later, you're thinking, how?
Yes. In fact, they asked me why. I told them I'm very old. I cannot go to school.
Yeah.
And you know, they went aside and called Elamina and told her, your girl has refused. She's not going to school. And Elamina said, let her come to my place. Don't let her go to her home.
Yeah. Bring her to my
place. And I remember one of the members, Usla Hedaka, she drove me to Elamina's place. And when I go to Elamina's place, you know, there are people who talk to you, they make decisions and you don't respond or you don't go against what they've decided. Elamina is one of them. She looked at me, at my face, and said, Sarah, look here. You're going nowhere else. You're going to school.
And being a teacher, I can imagine the firmness in that decision.
And that was final. Yeah. I did not respond back. And immediately she called someone in Kisumu to look for me a school near the Grail Center. Mm-hmm. And she said, I know maybe it will be very hard for you to go to school here because, of course, people know about you and what, but we are taking you.
In that time, there was a trauma if you're joining, let's say, high school or sitting even for class 8 exam and you're older. There was, you know, the young kids, I can relate.
But one good thing, I think God hid me in my body.
Yes.
I had a very tiny body, tinier than this one.
Yes, I can attest to that.
And nobody would tell I was 22. People would think I was 14, 13. 22, but I was looking very small and young. So I was taken to Kisumu, and Makiu, as I'm taken to Kisumu to start my education, those in Kisumu have already talked to a day school that was close to the Grail Center. And I went, they took me to school, to Form 1. I was taken in. And the principal was told everything about me.
Yeah.
And the principal took very good care of me and my class teacher. Mm-hmm. But other students could not even tell that I was older. Yeah, because I was able to fit in so well without even struggling.
And you had a small body, so people think you're just a young girl.
Yeah. And then I'm in school, and 3 weeks down the line, that was in 2001, there was a strike for teachers. And the strike went on for like almost a whole term. I've just joined and there is a strike. But near the Grail Center, there was a girl who was also schooling in the same school. So she came and she became my friend at the Grail Center. She gave me all the notes. She gave me everything, and we just started studying together. And the Grail members in Kisumu also looked for 2 teachers for me to provide tuition for me during that period.
Strike, yeah.
So I was taken through some tuition for mathematics, biology, physics, the sciences. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I didn't have a problem with the languages. Yeah, like that. And that is how I joined. I went back to school, and I felt it was good. I felt the space was good, and I went on until I completed my fourth form. Yeah.
Sarah, how did it feel 7 years later, it's just like employment. If you're out of employment for a while, there's always that struggle when you go back. Same to school. You've been out of the system for 7 years. How was that feeling? Did you feel it was worthwhile? Did you feel it was too much pressure?
Worthwhile, yes. Pressure at the same time, yes. Because you've been out of school for 7 years. One, even if you have that small body, but inside you, you know that these are small, younger people than me. And sometimes having been outside, of course, you can't reason together. Yeah, so it was a struggle to reason with some of my classmates. Some of the teachers who came to teach me, I want to say that some of them were even, they looked very young. Maybe if they were older than me, maybe by 1 year or something, because this school, again, didn't have many permanent employees. So they relied so much on interns. So we had so many teachers from Maseno University coming to teach us, and some of them were really, really young. So sometimes it was even a struggle for me to go to them and ask questions, because I felt inside me that maybe they would get to know that I'm old. They may want to ask where I was. And you see, these are some of the questions that I feared so much. Someone asking me, where have you been all these days? Why didn't you go to school that time? You know, you just think inside your mind, and you feel uncomfortable sometimes, even when someone has not planned to ask that. But when people are around,
the power of the mind, as they say.
And sometimes now that my class teacher knew about me, I actually thought sometimes maybe she shared this story to others. Maybe they know about me. Yeah.
What kept you going with all these voices and balancing act? What kept you going? What kept you compact throughout that phase?
I think at one point I had to motivate myself first. So self-motivation is also good. I would motivate myself and tell myself it's just for a short time. I mean, I just came in the other day. I'm in Form 2. I'm almost. I only have 2 years. I only have 1 year.
Yeah.
And actually, by the time I got to Form 3, I think that fear had gone. The shame that I was feeling inside me had also gone. And I started focusing on, what do I want to become? What do I want to become? Yeah. So when I chose what I wanted to become, and I had friends, my classmates were my friends, my neighbors, my friends, and I think people got used to me as well, and most of them didn't bother. Now sometimes people don't bother. It's you who thinks that maybe people are bothering about you, but people didn't bother about me, and I just continued living my normal life, until I completed school. So by the time I was finishing school, the fear had gone. And I think I was strong enough because I had already started feeling the fruits of having gone back to school.
What were those fruits you're feeling?
One, I was confident to talk before people now. Because in most of the groups you would meet, like young people, they are talking about even the subjects that they pursued in school, the subjects they had challenges in. You don't have any subject apart from the primary ones.
True.
So at least I had the confidence to talk about
your subjects
also.
Yes,
as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it kept me going. And then people would even talk now what they want to be. I also started talking about what I wanted to be.
What was that as you're approaching Form 4? What is that next phase you started?
Having grown up in the village.
Yes.
You know, in the village, you see very few professions. It's either you're a teacher, police.
But yes, it was those two things. It's teacher, it's police.
Nurse.
Were the most common. And even nursing, not many people went for nursing. It was a lot of teacher, police.
Exactly.
And the recruitments used to come, especially the police. Every parent wanted to get their kids in.
Exactly. And farming. So I thought if I became a teacher, that started growing in me. I want to be a teacher. And I really loved the way our teacher of English used to take us through the lessons and everything. She was called Emiliana. And I just thought one day if I will be able to be a teacher like her, I'll be so happy.
Fast forward.
Yes.
You've done your Form 4. Did you progress to university?
Yes,
immediately
I did.
or later?
Yes, immediately actually.
Talk to us about your your university studies.
Okay, so I had people who were holding my hand, and when I went back to school, Grail is in 21 countries. Most people all over the world, the Grail members, knew that there was a lady called Sarah who has gone back to school, and so the world was watching me. They wanted to know where I've gone to. So everybody was eager. Immediately after Form 4, I just joined the university immediately. I actually went to the Catholic University of Eastern Africa because I had these people who were holding my hand. They were able to support me and they wanted me to transit immediately. Actually, the argument from some of them was like, I have already stayed home.
You've wasted a window years.
So I should not stay home again. So the only period I stayed home was when I was waiting for the results to come out. And during that time, I was also engaged. There was a Grail college in Kitale at Christ the King Center. I was taken there to teach English and some basic computer, which I had already
living
done.
the dream you saw in Emiliada.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So did you do in university when you went to university?
I took education, Bachelor's of Education, English Literature.
Wow.
Yeah, that is what I did.
Dreams are valid indeed.
They are. Yes.
And I know after doing your undergraduate, again you kept moving, Sarah. Talk to us about the next phase after undergraduate.
And maybe before we get there, when I was pursuing my B.Ed in education, people were looking for places to go for attachment. And there are so many schools in Nairobi. Yes. And we had a class with crazy people. Everybody who came from the village wanted to go and do their teaching practice in a big school. So I said, I'm not going to a small school, neither. I'm going to do my teaching practice in a big school as well.
You proclaimed it.
Yes. And I went with my attachment letter to the big schools. I started with Starehe Boys Center. And when I got there, Starehe Boys Center doesn't take you just like that, even if you are on attachment. You have to go through an interview. So I was taken through an interview with a panel of 12 people.
Wow.
Yeah. I was taken through an interview and later I got a chance.
At Starehe Boys?
Starehe. So that was the first place I'm teaching English and literature.
How did it make you feel? This is Starehe Boys Center.
Yes.
It's still Starehe Boys. How did that make you feel, Sarah, after? Did you at any point ever flash back and ask yourself, what if I would have said no about going back to school?
Yes.
What would my life have become?
I did, and I even thought maybe I would be dead.
In the village?
In the village.
Frustration.
Yes, with the frustration. And we were struggling because I come from a very humble family.
Are you the first born?
I am not. I am the fourth born.
Yes. In a family of how many?
We are 6 of us. Yes. So my other siblings had just stopped in class 8 as well. Yeah. But there's one of my siblings, my follower, who stayed with my brother-in-law who had married my sister. So my brother-in-law was a teacher. He took her to school. So at least we had one person who had secondary education. Now I was the second one. Yeah.
How was life at Starehe? Did you have, they call what? Me moments. You sit back, you pinch yourself, is like, Sarah Mabanja, you are here.
Yes.
Despite the challenges, I am here. How was life there during your teaching practice?
It was challenging and at the same time interesting. One, all in my life, I've never been in a single sex school.
Yeah.
I was the school I went to near the Grail Center was
a
mixed. Yeah. So I've never been in a boarding school. I've never been in a single-sex school. I've never been in a school with such a large population. Form 1s alone were almost, I think there were almost 400 students. Those were Form 1s alone. And they're boys. And then it's a big school with so many teachers.
And you're still tiny. You're being looked at.
I'm still tiny.
This tiny teacher.
Yes. So I had my good experience there. Of course, at first it was not easy because I would feel maybe being bullied by the boys.
And boys always bully. High school boys, they have this thing of trying to prove their manhood. Yes.
But when we interacted, I came to realize that they even take care of female teachers.
Wow.
Yeah, like one rule in Stare is that if you're given an assignment to students, you carry the assignment books yourself to the staff room. You don't give it to students to carry for you. But they would carry for me the books. And then some of the classes had adjusted boards with my height. I would find the boys already adjusted the board to my height. And they would keep on asking me, are you okay? I would say yes.
You felt at home.
Yeah.
You felt you had a support system around you.
Exactly. So the students supported me. We became friends. We became friends with teachers. We became friends with my department of English. And for 3 months, I had my good life in Stare.
Wow.
Yeah.
Post-Stare, where did you end up?
So after that, I came back, I graduated. And then after graduation, immediately I got a job with an international school. I think I've had good people in my life. Or angels, I don't know, God sent.
Yeah.
The first job that I got was in an international school. Okay, they follow the 2 curriculums, IGCSE, and they were following the 844 at that time. That was at Kiriri Girls. So one of my teachers at Catholic University is the one who connected me for that job. She called me and said, I see you can teach English so well. Why can't you go? There is a relative of mine who is leaving that class and school, and she's been told to give them a teacher.
Recommendation.
Yeah. So that is how I ended up in that school. I started teaching now in high school. I was teaching IGCSE.
Wow.
And the school would actually take us for trainings as well for the IGCSE system of education because it's a bit different from the Kenyan one. Yeah. And I taught
How long were you there?
I was there for 3 years. This is now 2013, 14, and 15. Yes. And for 3 years, I had gotten 2 promotions in the same school.
Within 3 years?
Within 3 years. I became the head teacher for the IGCSE school.
Wow.
And I also became the head of department for the English.
What was the feeling? I'm trying to wear your shoes.
This promotion came with challenges as well because most of the people who were below me, some of them were actually older than me. And you see, when you've come a long way, like the way I've narrated my story going back to school late, and then in one place you get people who are older than you, you feel good.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You feel good. There are people who are older than me. So I'm called young.
Yes.
And I felt good.
It's a feeling you had missed for a while back then.
Yes. So I'm here, so leading these older people in a department, and some of them had been in that school for quite some time. You've just come, you've been given all these promotions, you've been given a house in the school, you're living in the school. It becomes a challenge. How do I even make sure that we maintain our good relationship with them? How do I even advise them? How do I approach them? Yeah, but with my professional skills, of course, I was able to maneuver my way out. I had a very good department members. We would sit down, reason together, make decisions together, and it made my work easier.
Collaboration.
Yes, and you see, that was a private school. Being in a private school, again, you're taking care of your job.
True.
So it's not a matter of I don't like you because you're young, or I can't listen to you because you just came in the other day. It's a matter of taking care of your job, so you have to collaborate, like you're saying.
Wow.
So at one point, I felt good because all the tasks that I was given, I managed to accomplish these tasks so well.
And you've always been led by a calling. I remember even back then, when you put your mind on something, you put your mind on it, and you're this result-oriented, you must give it your best.
Yeah, I try.
So past the high school, what was the next breakthrough?
Yeah. Now, another breakthrough came. I think I'm one person who doesn't stay in one place, especially when it comes to career-wise and education-wise. I don't feel comfortable staying in one place for a very long time. So I just thought from nowhere, I need to pursue my master's because I don't want to continue teaching in high school. I had saved some little money. And so I went ahead. And
a lot of money. You're head of department. That must have been a lot of money.
Not really a lot, but I had saved some money, and I decided to register. That was in 2017 for a master's program at University of Nairobi.
The University of Nairobi.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Yes. So I registered, and I actually thought I would manage because I thought the money that I had was going to be enough. Yeah. And I didn't know that I would have challenges. But eventually when I registered for the program, the owner of the school, the director, called me. I actually informed him about the new role, the new activity, the schooling that I had started. And then he said, you will now have to choose between your master's and your job. Yeah. It was very hard for me to even make a decision because I had already started. I had paid my school fees.
And you needed the salary.
Yeah. And I needed the salary at the same time. So I sat down. I cannot leave the money that I've already paid. I need a job. What do I do? And then something told me, you're going to get a better job when you
walking in faith.
Yeah, I have papers.
I know, right? It's a nice feeling. My father used to tell us, education, it's the only investment no one can take away from you. And I like when you say, you had the papers, something will come through because you worked hard. And you can translate what you have into work. I love that. You had the papers.
Yes. Yes, I had the papers. And then now I decided not to continue with the job. Let me go to school. I did my coursework for a whole year. That was part of 2017 and part of 2018. And then the money got finished. I've not completed my master's.
Yeah.
I don't have a job.
Reality sinks in a little bit. Yeah.
So where do I start from?
How did you manage, Sarah? Because that's quite a dilemma. You're thinking, I had a job, I let it go.
Yes.
You're almost going back whether it was the right decision you made.
Yeah.
So how did you manage that challenge after life had become quite smooth and, it was step by step going up?
So I struggled for about 2 months and I didn't get any money. And then there was this opportunity in the Grail for an exchange program in Australia.
Oh, wow.
And I said, I just want to try this because they had called for young people. Yes. I said, I'm not going to continue with education first. Let me go outside this country.
You took a study leave?
Yes. So I did that. When I was applying for the visa, the first time I was denied a visa to Australia. Why? Because I don't see, I don't have anything that will show
You're
that I'll
coming
come back to my country. And then the Australian people appealed.
The Grail members in Australia.
Yes. So they appealed like today in the evening, you know, our time differences with Australia, 7 hours.
Yes.
And the following day, very early in the morning, the embassy calls me and tells me my visa is ready.
Wow.
Yeah. So I traveled to Australia. I stayed there for about 4 months. Mm-hmm. And then I came back.
I love your life. I actually love your life.
Yeah. So I came back to reality.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you had saved some money, I guess.
Yes, of course. Sometimes, you know, when you're there, we would go out.
Mm-hmm.
We would go out and they would give me even some money for lunch.
Yes.
In most parts of the Australia, you use plane.
Mm-hmm.
When you're using a plane, there's food in the plane.
Of course.
So when you've eaten in the plane, you don't need to buy food.
Exactly.
So you save your money.
Yeah. Very clever.
So when I came back, I actually had about a half of what was remaining for my fee.
Mm.
Yes. So I came, I had some good money with me. I paid my school fees now.
Wow. And you finished?
And I finished.
When did you graduate?
I graduated in 2021. Yeah, with a master's in communication studies.
Ah, wow.
Yeah. So actually, when I came back, I would sell some sweets. Mm-hmm. Hey, sweets have money. People don't know.
What sweets? Are these KSL sweets we hear they're made in Kariobangi? The fake ones?
No. These are real ones. I would actually go to class, my evening classes with the sweets, sim.
But the people always want to nibble.
Yes.
I can imagine you must have made quite some
I would make between 700 and 1,500 in the evening. Yes. And then one time there's a friend of mine who just told me, I heard Kenya Institute of Mass Communication is taking teachers. Mm-hmm. And you said you were teaching. Why can't you try this? And then I asked her, how do I apply? And then she said, there's no time for you to apply.
Go there.
The interview is on Monday.
Just go.
Yeah. And I said, how do I go for an interview which I've not applied for? And she said, you go. So I woke up very early in the morning on a Monday. I went to Kenya Mass with my papers. At the gate, I was the first one to be let in by the security guy because he was the one writing the names of those ones going for interview. Yeah. So again, this means I was the first one to be interviewed. So they called me. They called me in the interview room and they asked me,
we don't see your application.
Did you apply for this job? And I said, no, I didn't. And how did you learn about the job? I said, I was told by a friend. Hey, they looked at each other. And one of them said, now how do we interview you for a position you never applied for? Yeah. And I told them, just interview me, even if you don't give me a job. Just interview me. And another one said, how do we interview you? And then we don't give you a job. And I said, now that I've come, just interview me. Because I had prepared for the interview. Okay. And that is how they took me through the interview. So they took me through the interview. And then that was in 2021. They took me through the interview. And one of them asked me, suppose we give you this job, when do you think you'll be available? And I told them, that was around 11. If you give me this job today, mm-hmm. I'll be available today at 2.
Sarah, you're a survivor, but I just love the confidence.
Yes. I said at 2, I'll be available. And then they said, will you be able to teach our students even the English you're speaking? I said, I'll try. Okay, we will let you know. So I left.
Don't tell me you got the job, Sarah.
I did.
Oh, wow.
4 days down the line, they called me. They actually looked for me. I was coming from class. I had my njugus, my sim and sweets.
The side hustle.
Yes.
Don't tell me you got the job.
And I told the head of department, the way I'm dressed, because I was just in a skinny jeans, a t-shirt with a small bag on my back. I said, I'm not fit to come in class right now. And the head of department said, I don't want to know how you dressed. You have a class.
You must come and teach.
Yes. And that is how I went to class.
Favor loves you.
I think so.
Favor loves you.
So I got in class. I was taken to class. I was introduced to class, and the head of department said, Madam Sarah will be taking you for communication research. And they said,
naughty students.
Yeah. And I said, okay.
Because you're still small, and maybe they're wondering, this small girl,
the way I'm even dressed. Yeah. I don't look like someone serious. Yeah. So I said, here I have to play my games well. What do I start with? Powerful introduction from them. Now that they were first years, I told myself, these are just like the Form 4s that I was handling in high school.
Fresh from high school, yeah.
So we did a very powerful introduction just to accommodate 2 hours. The introduction was you tell us your name, why you chose to pursue that course, where do you want to be in the next 5 years, and what do you like. So out of like 25 students, we had already exhausted the 2 hours, and then we set the class rules.
As they say, who was now smiling?
Yes.
They laughed. It was like, now they saw they had a professional who was going to guide them on how to do a proper introduction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not just your name, but I'm much interested in why you decided to even pursue this course. Yeah. So from there, again, we set the class rules, the house rules, the do's and the don'ts, the pedagogy of teaching. We agreed on that. Yeah.
Wow.
The percentage I'm supposed to give them.
And what
they're
they
supposed
say,
yes.
we do 30%, they do 70%.
Exactly.
Sarah, fast forward. Who is Sarah today? 2026, who is Sarah today? What is Sarah doing?
Okay. Sarah is a lecturer.
You're still at KMC?
I'm still at Kenya Institute of Mass Communication as a lecturer.
The person who never applied for a job?
Yes.
Got the job?
Yes.
And now doing commendable work at KMC?
Exactly.
Wow.
So I'm at Kenya Institute of Mass Communication. I'm also at Cooperative University, and I teach communication-related courses.
The dream you wanted.
The dream I wanted, it came true.
The dream you've nurtured
the
for years.
space that has actually nurtured me also to become the person I am. You know, when you interact with young people, you learn a lot from them. And I would say that every generation that I've handled in university and college behaves differently. They're not the same. Yeah. They come with different characters, totally different.
Different expectations.
Yeah. Although they are students, we say students are students. But I think the world, especially the digital world, is nurturing them in a very different way. Yeah.
Are you still with the Grail?
Yes, I am with the... Okay, maybe I didn't say this. I became a Grail member. And once you become a Grail member, unless you want to leave.
Unless you die.
Yeah, or unless you die. Because actually, even after dying, you're still our member because we pray for you.
Yes,
we pray for your soul.
Yes.
Yeah. Since I had gone through the formation, and the Grail invested a lot in me. It has really invested a lot in me. I remained a member. I remained working with the Grail. I've been working in the Grail. I came in Nairobi here. We used to have one Grail member in Nairobi here. And we established a team in Nairobi for the Grail. And we right now have a team, a Grail team in Nairobi. Yeah, so I'm still journeying with them. I'm a member. And we are still transforming the world. One mission of the Grail is to transform the world to be a better place for everyone. Sounds like a big job to do. How do you transform the world
to be a better
to
place,
be a better place for everyone? That is what we are doing.
Wow.
And it's as simple as this. You transform the world where you are.
From within your space.
From within your space.
As we are happy, Sarah is going to transform our world during this lunch hour.
Yes. And being a teacher has helped me to do the transformation work of the Grail so nicely.
Yeah. Knowledge transfer.
Yeah, because I don't just teach. I nurture.
So cool.
I mentor.
Wow.
I actually listen to my students. I give them a ear. I'm patient with them. I listen to them because I look at them and sometimes I remember the person I was.
You can relate.
I can relate a lot because some of these students need someone to hold their hands.
To tell them you can, it's possible, it's never late.
If someone had not held my hand, I think I would not be here.
What do you think you will be if the Grail movement maybe...
I said maybe I would be dead.
Out of pressure?
Out of pressure, because it's not easy.
It's not.
It's not.
When there's always that feeling you know your potential, but because of limitations, as you say, you came from humble backgrounds, that pressure times eats you up, right? And I was meant to ask Sarah, you went to Australia. Have you gone to other countries post-Australia?
Oh, yeah.
Tell us.
I have.
Please list them for us. Australia, where did you go next?
Okay. I've gone to Mexico. I've been to Italy.
Wow.
I've been to South Africa. I've been to Uganda, Tanzania.
The East African.
Yes. I'll be going to Brazil in
Sarah.
In like 2 weeks' time.
Even as we want to join this Grail.
Yeah, you should.
Oh my. Simple girl from a very simple village.
Yeah.
Disruptions in between, and now you're exploring the world from one continent to the other.
Sure. And I think it's the Grail that has given me all this platform. Because its mission being a transformation of the world, they give young people opportunity to actually participate in the transformation work
of the world.
When I say young, it feels good when you were once feeling you're old, and then you get to a space where
they're old people, and
now you're the youngest.
Oh, wow.
So when most of these opportunities come, they say the youngest, the youngest, and then you find people mentioning you're the youngest.
You must be a critical piece of the Grail in terms of being a benchmark and a point of motivation for other young women. Quickly, Sarah, tell me your favorite color. We have some flashcards here. Personally, I don't even know the questions, but it's you to guide us, depending on how you pick. What's your favorite color?
Yes. I would go for green as my favorite color.
Okay.
If you want me to say the reason.
Tell me, why do you love green?
Along the way as a Grail member, I've become a climate change ambassador. Maybe another day we will have time to talk about climate change.
Yes.
We will have time to talk about some of the modules or the materials I've written. Yeah.
Okay.
Another day maybe.
We'll love to invite our guests back. So your story is one of those stories that's to be told in different chapters.
Sure.
So it can be guaranteed we'll call you back to talk more. But now I want you to pull out one card.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You're not supposed to see.
Oh.
Shuffling. Because your response is supposed to be natural and not meditated. So pull another card, then you give it to me. Okay. The card is about resilience and triumph.
My goodness.
How did you handle failure publicly and privately?
Okay. Publicly, I would try to be confident. I would behave as if I'm living a normal life. But privately, there was a lot of cries. I would cry a lot.
Yeah.
I've cried a lot. Yeah.
You're making me even feel like crying.
Yeah.
What was your lowest moment in your crying?
When I lost that job, and I was thinking, I've gone back to school and now I don't have a job. What was the point of me even going back to school? You see, when you go back to school, you expect a lot. Yeah, but it just took a short time, but it was my lowest moment. Yeah.
Okay. What's your next favorite color?
Red.
Red. Okay, I think red is this one. I'll ask you to pull out again another card.
This time round.
Wow. It's about reflection and joy. How does your lived experience influence how you teach, how you work, and how you mentor other young people?
Yeah, I've said this is a space that I've really loved. When I'm teaching, like I said, I'm not just teaching. I try to imagine what this student is going to become. And so I try very much to give them my time. I try very much to even find out maybe what they are going through. Like for girls, you are able to tell. Actually, a good teacher will be able to tell that this student is not okay today. So I follow up on even what is sometimes happening in their lives. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Pick another color. We still have orange, blue, and yellow.
Yellow.
Okay, let's see what is in yellow. Oh, wow. How did resilience feel and mean to you in moments where no one applauded you?
At one point, I felt maybe I didn't make the right choices, but I felt strong when education now started uplifting me. Like I would go to places like the ones I've mentioned, going for interview, and people respond to you positively. And you see that, oh, okay, so I'm a somebody. So I can do this. So I'm capable of this. Yeah, and it kept me going. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, we have... there's a blue that's cute. So we have blue and orange remaining. Which is your next favorite color?
Orange.
Orange. Orange is this. Let's see what is there. Purpose and calling. What moment made you realize that your resilience, your work, and your investment was bigger than you?
When I started becoming a classroom teacher, I first felt this is a call. This is a call.
Yeah.
And I didn't take it for granted. Because how do you just stay for all these years and then God sends you to become a teacher? You know, teaching profession is not...
It's a calling.
Yeah. It's
I tell people it's a calling.
It's a calling, and you need a lot of patience in you.
Yeah.
At time when I left teaching high school, I thought I would become a communicator. I even started looking for communications job because I had started now pursuing the course. But I tried one with an organization. I realized that is not what I wanted. Something was still pushing me to go to classroom. And when I got the teaching position without even applying for it, I thought that was a calling, a real calling. This is what God wants me to do.
And it was confirmation, like this is your path, right? Okay, last one, it's the blue cards. Let's see what is here.
Let me go for the last one.
It's about leadership and legacy.
Huh.
This, I want you to read it yourself, since you're a communicator like myself.
If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be? Hope.
Hope. Why hope?
Hope. I think I've lived all my life hopefully.
Wow. Hope.
Hope, patience. I think these are two things that have really worked in my life.
They define you.
Mm-hmm.
Are your parents, when your mother looks at your journey, how does that make her feel?
I think she's the most happiest person.
Your number one supporter, champion. Oh, wow.
She's the most happiest person because she has my story. She's able to also tell my story. And she feels good and happy when she's telling my story.
Because it's a story. It's a motivational story. It's a story that gives people meaning, purpose, but gives you reason that you have no excuse to stay where we believe life puts us.
Yeah.
And as you say it on her memoir, your story, your strength, your memoir. Sarah, I hope one day we can be co-authors and write your book. It's a book that many people need to read.
Would want to read.
Yeah. Okay, so now I will welcome my co-host, Chelsea, to take you through the next segment, which is really fun.
Okay.
I'll be watching from the other side, and I'm very keen to hear, those motivational words.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, Miss Sarah. I am so encouraged by your story. Just last week, I was thinking about going back to school because I want to do my master's. I just recently finished my degree.
Wow.
And I thought, okay, I was a bit worried because I also have work. So I was trying to see when I should go and do it. But you've just told me it's never too late. And yes, I think when I'm ready, I will go back and do my master's.
Yes, I'm happy to hear that you were motivated by the story that I've shared and you're actually ready to go back to school.
Yes.
I think it's the best thing you're choosing, and I would say don't waste any time. Whenever there are chances for you to go back, actually go back. Sometimes I say that delay is not denial. So I delayed, but I think I was not denied the chances that I later came to get. So if you have the opportunity, if you are available and ready, kindly go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna move to a very interesting section, just as my host has said, our host. Yes, it's called the power seat, and I'm gonna start with 4 quick questions. Okay, the first one is, to the girl who dropped out of school and believes it's too late, what would you say to her?
I don't want this girl to believe that it's too late. I want this girl to believe that God has time for all of us, for things to happen. You don't need to go with the pace of others, but you just need to believe in yourself. And when that time is ready for you, go for it without looking back. Yeah. So don't even imagine that maybe you're late, you've dropped. No, don't even think about that. Just focus and go for it.
To the young Sarah who joined high school late, what would you tell her?
I would tell her to focus, hope, and follow the dream that she has. Yeah.
Okay. To educators, mentors, and well-wishers, what truth does your story teach about second chances?
Second chances exist. And for the educators, I think these educators should also create a space for such Sarahs that are within their spaces, because there are so many of them. So they shouldn't assume that everybody has equal chance at certain level. There are people who are maybe need someone to hold them hands, encourage them, motivate them. So the educators should create a space for for these Sarahs who have not gotten maybe an opportunity or a chance like others. And maybe for them to do this, they need to find out those Sarahs, because when you are an educator, you interact a lot with people, you interact with communities, so you are able to identify who doesn't have the chance, and you're able to actually pick that person and mentor them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. To the world, what do you want your story to teach about resilience, education, and womanhood?
People should be hopeful. People should never lose hope. Hope will take you far. And patience should also be one thing that should be instilled in people. Yeah, you need patience. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move into the last section, which is a quick fire. If your life were a book, what would the title be?
If my life was a book, I would call it Delayed, Not Denied.
That's a beautiful title. If you see it out there, yeah, don't be shocked. I'll probably steal it.
I'll be happy if you do that.
Okay. If your life were a memoir, what would the title of this current chapter be?
Okay, if my life was a memoir, the current chapter of my life would be Persistence with Success.
Okay, I like it. What single phrase best sums up your journey of courage and perseverance?
Single phrase?
Yes.
That sums up my journey.
Of courage and perseverance.
Of courage and perseverance, yeah. Success finally achieved.
Okay. If you could dedicate your memoir to one person, who would it be and why?
If I would dedicate my memoir to one person, this one person, I would dedicate it to the person who identified me from a group and journeyed with me. This should be Elimina from the Grail International.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What emotion do you want listeners to feel when they finish hearing your story?
Okay, when listeners finish hearing my story, they should just feel hope. Just hope. Yeah.
For our last question, how do you want history to remember Sarah Mabanja?
How I would want history to remember Sarah Mabanja?
Yes.
That patience pays. Yeah, with time. Yes.
Very true. Yes, I would like to invite our host back to set so that we can, wrap up this episode.
Wow, what a story. You know, we talk about iron ladies, but I think Sarah is some unique iron, full of hope, as she has told us, full of resilience, full of faith, but also having a fighting spirit, believing in yourself. And as they always say, destiny is not always linear. Sometimes it pauses, sometimes it waits, and sometimes it returns stronger. And I think that really defines Sarah's story. It's really been lovely, Sarah, listening to your story. And because we like giving flowers, this is our little flower for you. Very colorful, very bright, full of hope, as you've taught us today.
Full of colors.
Full of colors.
Yes. I
Hopeful
can see.
colors.
Hopeful colors. Resilient colors. Maybe.
Resilient colors.
Yeah.
This is your Sarah. We celebrate you so much.
Thank you so much.
We believe your story will inspire many, that it's never the end. Challenges come, but they should define our next step going forward.
Sure.
Not our step going backwards. And we're proud of you. Thank you, our listeners, for listening. Keep sharing, these remarkable stories. Keep following. We're building a community, a community of remarkable women, where we light each other's candle, where we encourage each other, where we become that smiley face in the lives of those who feel life has become a bit too hard. Until next time, same place, same time, we'll have another Sarah next episode. Thank you.
Thank you
Keep
so
it locked
much.
here.